We're live, we're live, we're live. What's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome to the stream, everybody. It is Friday here in New Zealand. That means it's cryptocurrency time with the Crypto Lark. Welcome, 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 everybody. So today we're going to be talking about some of the biggest movers and shakers in the crypto sphere over the past couple of days. We're looking at Zcash, we're talking about Walton coin, looking at Binance and Bitshares. Harry Balsanya, first one in, man. Welcome, welcome. Brad Kunkel, 123 no scope. Alexander, what's up? Walton. Walton. It's the best name for a coin ever. Looking for, like, I don't know, Billy Bob coin or something next. But the Walton coin. The Walton coin. Irish Girl 710, welcome to the party. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, guys, today we are going to be talking over a few different things. Tono C, what's up, what's up? We're going to be talking over some of the hottest coins, some of the biggest news in the market today. And we're also going to be looking a bit later in the stream at my portfolio and talking about portfolios in general and what kind of portfolios you can have in the crypto space and how you like to, put them together. So we'll be covering all that a bit later in the stream. We're talking about all the exciting stuff first. Eduardo, hi from Australia. I saw that, Alexander. IOTA is being listed on Binance. Now Alexander, the thing with that is IOTA is open for deposits on Binance. It doesn't have any trading pairs yet. It will very soon, but it's, it's coming. It's coming. It's really exciting, though, to see IOTA finally on somewhere that's not Bitfinex. Trader Babe, aloha. Aloha. What island are you on, Trader Babe, if you're in Hawaii? Mateo DeMeo, what's up, man? I'm scared of Bitcoin Segwit, says 123 no scope. Don't fear the change. Don't fear the change. It always comes. Forever Humble PDX, what's up? Yeah, that's true, Alexander. That's for all you guys who haven't seen the news today. IOTA is being listed over on Binance. Binance hasn't done an official announcement, but if you go to the Binance website, there is a wallet. You can start depositing IOTA over there. Dan Brister, Kiora, brother. Oahu in the house. I love Oahu. Used to live out there myself in Honolulu. Way back in the day, though. Way back in the day. Yeah, that's right. It's not in the news section yet, Alexander. It is coming. Is IOTA coming to Bittrex? Bush. Well, Bush, I talked about this in my my news video today. The rumor is that IOTA is coming to Bittrex. Look, I would be blown away if Bittrex doesn't list IOTA. But the rumor is that it's coming. There has been no official announcement either from the IOTA team or either from the guys over at Bittrex. So it is all just rumor and speculation at the moment. So keep an eye on that. The real news today is smart media tokens on the Steem blockchain. Forever Humble PDX. I just saw that like 10 to 15 minutes before looking at the video. Or sorry, before starting the stream today, guys. So I haven't had a chance to like absorb that yet. But that is very exciting, actually, to see some really cool developments coming out of Steem. So that is awesome. I'm really excited about that as well. Harry Balson, yeah, I grew up in the States, man. I do move around a bit. It's pretty crazy. I'm living in Russia. I'm living in New Zealand for most of my life. Lived in the States for a while too. It's a crazy story. It's a crazy story. Martin Panee, what's up, man? Okay, rock and roll. Check out @Ned on Steemit. You can find the white paper there. I did find the white paper, but yeah, for anyone else who wants to go over and check that out. I'll just bring it up for you guys real quick. I would suggest going and checking this out later. This actually gives me a really good reason to do my review of Steemit, which I've been meaning to do for a long time. And I think that this kind of announcement really gives me a good reason to go and do that. So a new way for publishers to monetize their online content and community. You can find this at smt.steem.io. If you want to come over here and check out the white paper and find out what it is more about. So I'll leave you guys up to do that yourselves a bit later if you want. Harry Balson, yeah, I know the pain and pleasure of being a nomad. Yes, it's a bittersweet life. A bittersweet life. Never known where to call home, but always, planning the next adventure. What are you gonna do? For all that's the love of crypto, will you talk about Horizon State? It's on the list, man. I swear to God. I swear to God. We're going to talk about one of these days. Lark, do you hold Steem? I don't hold more Steem than the Steem that is in my Steemit account. Hola from Costa Rica. What's up? I don't hold more Steem than what's in my Steemit account. I'm not planning on like going out and buying Steem. I like generating Steem over on my Steemit account. Rock and roll that. That's why I like Steemit. You know, just kind of like keep popping it in there and it keeps going away. So that's what you know, that's what you do. That's what you do. Steemit's a nice platform. It's got its problems, but we'll talk about that. I'll do a video for you guys sometime next week, giving a full review, the pros and the cons of the Steemit platform. I like Steemit a lot, but it's, you know, they got a little more work on it too, I think. It launches in like 20 days. Want to hear what you think before that? Forever Humble PDX. I will have to have a look into it, man. I have to have a look into it. There's a lot of stuff on the list, but I'll try and get to it before it launches. That's for sure. I love building my Steem power. My vote is 380 now. Nice. That is very good. That's a pretty good vote right there. 380 over on Steemit. So good work. That's it. You know, that's the great thing about Steem. It just keeps building up over time, and you know, you get more rewards the longer you participate in it. So that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit about Zcash today. Zcash has had a pretty exciting run-up. If anybody was watching the markets last night. Now, obviously, the reason for this is Korea. We all know Korea is always the reason, isn't it, for giant price spikes? But anyway, Korea was the reason last night. We saw a huge run-up in Zcash. It got here basically to 0.1 Bitcoin, almost to 0.1 Bitcoin. Not quite, but almost to 0.1 Bitcoin. And actually hit a little over 400 US dollars, so pretty immense stuff right there. 413 US dollars, or 0.098 BTC. Now you look at the wall here. Holy cow! Absolute crazy jump, and of course immediate price retraction on the market. Zcash has got a lot of potential. It's a great privacy coin. But it's had these crazy ups and downs. I mean, if you guys ever looked at the charts for Zcash, Zcash used to be worth 6 Bitcoin a piece. Can you believe that? 6 Bitcoin a piece. Yeah, that pump for Zcash these happen though. This happens in the crypto space. One day it's just boom. It's crazy. Anonymous, Lark, great videos, an amazing job with the interviews. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Can we have a future interview with Julian Haas? Hey, actually, you know what? I'm going to be interviewing Nadine Damblon from Hydrominer on Monday night, if all goes to plan. So I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited about women who get involved in the crypto space. 95% of my viewership are men, and I think we need more women in the space. It'll be good for the space. It'll be good for everybody to see more ladies involved. So I'm pretty excited to talk to Nadine on Monday night. I'm going to put Julian down, actually. I'm going to go message Julian after this video, and we will see if we can get him on the line. I keep messaging all these guys. Some of them get back to me. Some of them don't. You know, just got to keep trying. Just got to keep trying. You should look at Zcoin. I will have a look at Zcoin one of these days. There's a lot of great privacy coins in the space, though. What do you guys think about Zcash for the long term? Do you think it's going to be, you know, a really stable coin? Do you think we'll ever see it back up to the kind of crazy levels that it was when it came out? I really don't think so. You know, I think it's definitely a bit undervalued, but I don't know if we're ever going to see, you know, like the $1,000 Zcash. Well, maybe in the distant future, but not like overnight or anything. I think Zcash is probably right down about where it needs to be currently, but don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see on that one. Navcoin is a privacy coin. You think it will go crazy too, says Pew Pew Tube. Why is Roger Ver promoting Bitcoin Cash? 123 no scope. 123 no scope. I'm gonna do a video about Bitcoin Cash next week as well. So I got a lot of videos to do next week, don't I? Holy cow! We're gonna do a Steemit video and a Bitcoin Cash video. Both gonna be good. Now, Navcoin is a privacy coin. I do think it's gonna go crazy again. Look, we've seen Nav well up above its current valuation. And if you guys saw my video yesterday, you know that there's great potential rewards for staking NAV as well. Let's just look at the 3-month here. It gives us a good... should come and visit us in Steem Speak. You're getting a lot more action on your Steem posts. I will have to check it out, man. I really will. I really will. It's been pretty crazy time-wise, but I will come and check your Steem Speak out for sure. What do you think about Litecoin? Litecoin's a nice coin. Okay, we're going to do that. We're going to steam it. And our Bitcoin Cash. Bcash. Bcash and Roger Ver. Yeah, there are so many privacy coins, Don. I agree with that. It gets kind of crazy, but you can see that there's a lot of interest in the space for having these privacy coins for people to be able to kind of hide their money. As we see, I mean, just today in my news, I talked about, you know, the SEC over in the States is forming a cyber unit trying to crack down on people. And you know what it is. I don't think they so much care about the ICOs. They want to come out and make sure you're getting taxed on your Bitcoin, make sure you're getting taxed on all your coins. And so moving forward, you know, I think we'll really see a lot more of that sort of big brother peeking over the shoulder. What are you doing with the cryptocurrencies there? Can we get some tax on that? So look, coins like NAV will continue to be popular. One reason why I'm a big supporter of NAV, not just as from New Zealand. It's not just us from New Zealand, guys, I swear to God. But NAV has actually got a lot more coming to the table, like anonymous dApps, for example. So I'm really hoping to sit down with those guys next month. That would be really exciting. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. There's a lot to come with NAV. They have a lot of new and exciting developments coming out in the next month or two. So I think it's going to, you know, be a project that's still well undervalued, and we'll see a lot of movement on that moving forward. So keep your eyes on it. Keep your eyes on NavCoin. Okay, one we have to talk about is Walton. Now, wow, have you guys seen what has happened to Walton? It has gone absolutely crazy. AK Show, what's up, man? You are asking, what if countries start banning cryptocurrency in the future? Well, it's already happening in some places. But banning cryptocurrencies will be like banning the internet. This is the thing. They can say, well, you can't use cryptocurrencies to buy things at the market, but they can't really stop it either. This is the equivalent of them saying, well, you can't use cash at the markets. And some countries are trying to do that. You know, in Spain, you will get fined now. If you heard this, this is crazy. You will get a fine if you try to pay over 3,000 euros in cash for something. If you want to go buy a car from somebody, you can't just take 10,000 euros and go buy a car from somebody. If the cops find out, you'll get fined for it. How crazy is that? So look, the war on currency is on, and it's not just cryptocurrency, it's fiat cash too. The governments are trying to really crack down and get that control going. To, you know, they don't want to lose control, and to lose control, it's all over for them. It's all over for those guys. So what are you gonna do with that? What are you gonna do with that? Anyway, besides the point, Walton, guys, this is crazy. I was looking at Walton last week, and I was going, oh man, Walton's a buck. This would be a great time to buy. Now look, I just didn't have the funds available, you know, to buy it at the time. And of course, you know, it's one of those things, you look at it, you see it, you know it's gonna happen, and then boom, absolutely exploded. Let's look at the 24-hour. It gives us a pretty good idea of what happened with Walton coin. Now it got all the way up here to 7 USD, or 167,000 Satoshi. And that was up just from earlier in the day at all the way down to 91,000 Satoshi. And of course, much lower than that only a few days before that. So this is on the back of some pretty exciting news from the guys over at Walton. They are basically getting some government support and government funding in China from the Xinjiang county government. So that is pretty cool. So, wow. But the growth on this thing was just crazy. Absolutely crazy. But that is the crypto space. This is what you see sometimes. You know? Whoa. What is that? Walton, up 400% on the week. Only in cryptocurrencies, guys. Only in cryptocurrencies. What are you going to do? New Zealand is great. I want more now. XY Crone. Yeah, New Zealand is great. I love living down here. You know, the only real downside with living in New Zealand is that it is insanely far from everything. Insanely far from everything. You know, it's 10 hours to Singapore or Bangkok or Bali, and it's like 13 hours to the east coast of the States. Ninja, Lark, what are your thoughts on Walton? Should you sell the highs and buy the lows, or just hodl? Well, Ninja, that is my fundamental philosophy on coins in general, and it's up to you, man. If you think you can swing those highs and lows, that is up to you, man. Rock and roll it. Rock and roll it. I try to avoid the stress, you know, but look, I don't hold Walton. I wish I had bought it when it was $1. You know, and it probably would have instantly hit my my sell point. I probably would have had like a $5 sell on Walton, something like that. And I know it's not all about dollars, guys, but nevertheless, you know, it's a good measure for these things. So I probably would have sold my Walton. And would I have bought back in on the low? Maybe, but it's definitely a good hodler for long term, because if these guys pull off what they want to pull off, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. So keep an eye out for Walton Chain, guys. It's they've definitely got a good idea. Just a quick jump to see us in Australia, though, says Tommy Bath. That is true. That is true. I love jumping over to Australia. I just did a 3-week trip around Australia a few months ago, actually. Now, holy cow. Anyway, it was great. It's great. If any of you haven't been to Australia, put it on your list. It's one of the most amazing countries to travel around. So you got to get out there and check out Australia. I love Australia. China is not afraid of cryptocurrency, is afraid of the potential of the blockchain to decentralize everything and lose control, says Olman Ariata. That is quite possibly it. Some governments, the open governments, love cryptocurrencies. They love all of this stuff. It's the closed governments who are kind of working against it, and governments like Russia, for example, they can't decide what to do because there's factions in the Russian government who don't want to change anything, and there's factions in the Russian government who want to change everything, who want to open it up. I was talking to one of my clients earlier, and we were discussing how, you know, Russia's done so well in reducing corruption and in reducing bureaucracy, because they want to be one of the top 20 countries in the world to do business in, and they're still not there, but they're trying. They're really, really trying. So I think they'll be big adopters and big pushers of cryptocurrencies. And we're seeing a lot of ICOs come out of Russia. We're seeing a lot of, you know, different crypto projects come out of there. So, new question: if I want to buy a bunch of different coins, can I have a wallet where I keep all of them, or do I need to have different wallets? Well, that's a good question. That's a good question. Look, most wallets will only support a few coins. There are some wallets which support huge amounts of coins. If you're looking for a hardware wallet, Ledger's probably got the best integration at the moment and is adding more and more all the time. PIVX is soon coming to Ledger, for example. Neo will be coming to Ledger quite soon. It's probably got the best uptake of new coins coming onto it, and it's probably one of the better, probably the best hardware wallet in my mind. Biocoin coming. Yeah, Plemic, I saw that one, man. It's really interesting, actually. I remember reading, for you guys who don't know what Biocoin is a Russian project. They're looking at organic food certification on the blockchain. I remember reading about the Lavka project a while ago, and they're a marketplace in Moscow where you can pay in Bitcoin, and now they're bringing this to the table. So I'm pretty excited about that. I definitely wanted to do a talk. Maybe next week can be like Russia week or something. Wait a second. No, I've got to talk about Bitcoin Cash and Steem it, but maybe I'll do that on Sunday. Next week we'll talk about different Russian projects, actually, because I think they're not getting anywhere near enough press for how much they're contributing to the cryptocurrency space right now in the blockchain space. So maybe we can do a highlight on a few of Russia's big upcoming projects. That would be actually really cool. That'd be really cool for sure. Okay. So another big one I wanted to talk about. Jacob, hey Lark, I just got some more fiat currency and I'm wondering if this is a good point to buy Bitcoins or should I wait for a dip? What are your thoughts? Well, look, my question to you, right back to you, Jacob, would be this. What do you want from Bitcoin? And that is your fundamental question to ask yourself. Will there be more dips? Yeah, I think especially coming up to SegWit 2x, that we're going to have a lot more drama at the moment. So keep an eye out for that. We could definitely see some Bitcoin lows coming up again. But that being said, you know, if you're in it super long, then don't worry too much about buying it today. For example, we're still $800 under the all-time high, and I think we're really on the road to 6,000 right now. So I wouldn't be too paranoid about buying Bitcoin at this price, but if you do have that patience and you are able to get, you know, some funds on an exchange so that you're ready to pounce when the time comes, have that money ready. Don't wait and try and upload that money when the Bitcoin price heads down, because you might not be able to react in time, because it can go very, very quick. So keep an eye out for that. I think there will be some more lows before SegWit 2x, but we're also on the road to 6,000, guys. So the decision is yours, Jacob, but those are the questions you need to ask yourself. Krishan, not gonna dip much. Not gonna dip much. Hey Lark, Stuart from Australia. I'm looking at buying an ASIC A200 Ethereum miner. What do you think, or can you recommend a better miner? I haven't looked into the A200 Ethereum miner, so I cannot say specifically, Hallmac. If anyone's got any information on that, write it, Hallmac, in the comment section. Buy and hold, period. Addison Mihan. That's true, Addison. That is true. Buy and hold, period. That's it. It's the best profits, guys. It's the most low-stress way to make tons of money. Buy and hold. Buy and hold. So, Plemiak, Hallmac, buy some Hydrominer wattage. Yeah, you could do that. You could do that. Hydrominer is a very interesting project. For any of you guys who haven't seen it, go check out my video on Hydrominer. They're offering something different in the space. I think CryptoNomo has a similar idea, but I haven't done a review on those, so I can't comment in depth on that. Justin Kate, I sold Bitcoin as an early adopter. It's up 400% a year. Historically crashed 80% every now and again. I'm now spread out across altcoins, expect a potential Bitcoin correction to gold spot. Good comment, Justin. Good comment. This is the thing about Bitcoin, guys. When we say, you know, oh, should we be looking for a dip to buy? Well, yeah, because you'll get more Bitcoin and you'll have you'll have, you know, even more profit in the long term. Right? Now everybody wants more profit, right? But if you buy it at 3,000 or you buy it at 4,000, if you actually believe in Bitcoin and believe that next year Bitcoin might be like 10,000, 15,000 even, then hey, rock and roll. You know, the difference isn't that big at that point. You know, if you're trying to go, oh God, it's gonna go up to 4,500 and then I'm gonna sell it, well, yeah, wow, that's a different story, and I don't necessarily recommend that at all. It's all about that long term, guys. All about that long term. I bought Walton coin at $1.25, swimming in Ethereum right now. Ah, yes, the Ethereum pool. Yes, yes. Put some of that profit into Qtum and others. Nice, Matt Jubert, that is good, man. Well done, well done. 82 watching and 19 likes. Yeah, smash that like button, guys. Smash that like button. You know what's up. You know what's up. Smash that like button up. 2 years in crypto, and I have learned that you buy and you hold. You buy and you hold. That's exactly it, guys. That is exactly it. You buy them and you hold them. What is your opinion on the potential of District 0x? I haven't looked into it enough to have a good opinion on it, Sparksy, but it is on my list over here. I will get to looking at it one of these days. So I only have $100 left. I have lots of buy orders in, though. Open to buy dip. There you go. There you go. That'll happen, guys. That'll happen. I want to talk a little bit about Binance today as well, guys. I really like Binance. It's a great website. The coin is doing pretty decently at the moment as well. It's at $128 million for the market cap currently. We're seeing a nice little rise in it as it is just listing so many coins right now. Sonam's just come up today, and of course, all the big news is talking about you can now deposit iota over on Binance. It doesn't have a trading pair yet, but you can deposit it over there, which is pretty cool. And so many others have recently been listed there, so really exciting what Binance has going on. fund has been listed over here as well. And one of the things that I think has been so cool about Binance, I talk a little bit about this in my news video, but I wanted to mention it here too, is that they're just doing so many exciting things over at Binance. You know, how many competitions have they had? It's amazing. It's amazing. They had Walton. They were giving away Walton coin, Walton chain coins. They were giving away if you deposited 0.1 BTC, you got like 20 Walton chain coins or something like that. That would have been what? That would have been like a free $100 if you held onto your Walton and sold them, right? That's if you're selling your Walton, of course. You probably hold on to it long term because it'll be way more valuable to do that. Verge is coming on Binance. There you go. This is the thing. We have so many coins that are being listed on Binance. El Champo LFC got my Walton for $1.20. $1.20 thanks to you, Lark. You're welcome. You're welcome. Walton was a great coin. And hey, look, when I first talked about Walton, Walton was at $2.50, and then the China news came out like a day or two later, and it went right down. And I had some people messaging me saying, "Oh God, you know, it's all over for Walton. I'm selling my Walton. It's not going to do anything. And I'm selling it at a loss." And hold on to them. Oh, remember, do your homework and only buy stuff that you believe in. If you do that, you're so unlikely to lose in this market. If you're just buying it because you want to make a quick buck off of it, well, that's a different story. That is a different story, guys. Okay, but anyway, I wanted to talk about Binance because I wanted to compare them to our old buddy over here, Bitshares. Bitshares, what's been going on recently, man? We miss you. We miss you up on the high charts, Bitshares. Come back to us. Come back to us, Bitshares. So Bitshares is at $225 million for its market cap currently. And look, this is the 3-month. We've seen a pretty steady down in Bitshares. Of course, you know, I think when I first bought my Bitshares, it was back over here somewhere or something. So, you know, Bitshares has been a pretty rough ride for anyone who got into that at the time. And the one thing that I can say about Bitshares over Binance is that Bitshares has just not been as exciting, to be honest. And look, it's got the decentralized exchange thing going for it, and it's got some great community support, right? That is why Bitshares still has a $225 million market cap, right? But they need to get more currencies. They need to get, you know, more active in pushing the Bitshares message. And I know a lot of, you know, Dan Larimer enthusiasts or, you know, whatever are holding Bitshares together. But nevertheless, we got to see a bit of a price move back up, but it's got to have more adoption, quite simply, guys. And with Binance, they're just pushing so hard to get adoption, to get people interested in the project, to get people to put their money on. I mean, they're just giving away money left, right, and center over on Binance. It's actually crazy. It's actually crazy, guys. So, you know, Binance is definitely some pretty strong competition in the exchange space. Please check out Memetic on Bittrex and give an analysis. Don't know what Memetic is. I'll have to have a check about it later. I think 1 to 2 Bitcoin held long term is a very smart move, says Justin Kate. But I'll be buying hundreds as much as I can on the correct. There's a little too much optimism in the market, says Justin Kate. Quite possibly. Quite possibly. Yeah, like I've said before, guys, and, you know, it's holding Bitcoin super long term is, you know, the way to go when it comes down to it. You know, if you're just trying to make those quick trades and do the swings, again, as we always say on here, guys, 90% of people are gonna, you know, lose in that situation. So be careful, be careful. The real gains come from the long term, guys. Yeah, El Champ LFC and Bitshares is hard to use. That's it, and it's not user friendly. You know, there's too much of a learning curve. When regular exchanges, you can just go in and it's much easier to do. So that is something as well. That is a good point about Bitshares too. Okay, so I wanted to talk a bit today as well about portfolios. What you should have in your portfolio, why it should be there, what you should look at investing in, etc., etc. So let me bring this up here. Let me see. I hope you guys can see that. So what I want, yeah, there we go, perfect. Oh, it's a bit small though. That's a bit small. Let's see if we can get that in a better position here. Okay, there we go. Let's make that a little bigger there. Okay, that's a good spot. That's a good spot there for it. So I want to talk a little bit about my portfolio. So as you guys can see here, I'm about half in on Bitcoin. Half in on Bitcoin, you know, a big Bitcoin supporter, really long on Bitcoin. I'm not planning on, you know, spending that Bitcoin up and, you know, throwing it on any old whim, or getting out when the markets go low, or getting out when the markets go up 5% or 10% or 15%. You know, like I've said before, I'm literally planning on, you know, giving Bitcoin to my grandchildren someday. And then, you know, making them hodl it. Have you hodled that Bitcoin, grandson? No, Dad, I bought an iPad 97. No! You never know. You never know. But anyway, I'm big on Bitcoin, guys. I'm absolutely big on Bitcoin. Now, going around the old circle here, some other things. Yeah, I got a little bit of Bankera. Got a little bit of Bankera there, I mean. I wanted to, you know, spread some love around the NEM network there. Now, look, some of the things on the portfolio here, some things I do need to increase, right? I want to get a few more, like Ethereum, for example. I don't have anywhere near enough Ethereum. Pretty good chunk of Litecoin. I'm really big on Litecoin. I'm also long on Litecoin, but at the same time, I don't mind spending my Litecoin. So I'm kind of, you know, can move around a little bit, hodl a little bit. That's fine. That's fine. One coin I wish I had some more of was Dash. Dash, definitely need to get a little bit more of that going, but that's fine. That's fine. That'll come. You know, it's the mining returns on Dash have basically just been totally destroyed. So that's going to happen. What are you going to do? Look, one that I've only got a small amount of is PivX. I've been putting a lot more into NAV, actually, because I see a lot of that more potential gains soon on NAV. And so I've been putting a little more into NAV than into PivX. You can see here, this is my percentage in NAV, and this is the PivX over here. Going around, big chunk of NEO, really big on NEO, really happy with that big chunk of NEO that I do have. Pretty big chunk of iota here as well, and of course that is NEM there also. Again, yeah, I'm always stocking up on my NEM, you know, trying to keep those ones pretty evened out. I think NEM would be better if it had a higher name, says J-Bake Beats. You know, part of me agrees with that. Part of me agrees with that. They might need a rebrand over at NEM, and I think we mentioned that last time on the live stream, but it would be good to see a nice rebrand. You know, even if they keep the name to, I don't know, make the logo cooler or do a little something over there. It might help their branding a little bit. So NAV is so good. Atomic swap compatible possibly. Coins with atomic swap capability have futures in the crypto long term. Absolutely. Absolutely. So next on the list here, we've got some Golem and some Sonum. Now, we're invested about equally in Golem and Sonum. You know, I like both projects. Obviously, Golem has seen a lot more of its value come through, whereas Sonum is still massively undervalued. So, you know, I kind of balance those out by investing, as I like both projects. Matt Jubert, thoughts on Lisk in the near future? Thank you very much for the contribution, Matt. Lisk in the near future, it's keeping on moving. It's keeping on, guys. So yeah, at least capitalize the letters for them. Lisk has got a great future. The rebrand is still in the process. So look, Lisk hasn't even started yet. Lisk hasn't even started yet. Keep an eye out for it. So it's definitely still moving in the right direction, guys. Over here, you are going to see we've got a pretty decent amount of Stratus, Lisk, and Rise in about equal amounts for each of these, and Qtum as well, actually. And so I've invested in all of these platforms because I like them all, and they all have different potential. Now, some of those have seen a lot of their potential come through already, right? But nevertheless, they're all great projects. And hey, maybe, you know, Rise will fail, for example, but then I'm still winning on some of the other projects. So, and of course, a nice chunk of OMG in here as well, because OMG is awesome. We all love OMG. So Lisk rebranding, didn't hear about that. Gotta look into it. Yeah, look into that, Ramin. Lisk is in the process of rebranding, so it's coming. Coben Hood ICO. Man, I just haven't had a chance to look at that yet. I have concern with Sonam developers not using an escrow last minute. I haven't heard about that, Justin Kate. Have lots of Golem considering Elastic as the second runner instead of Sonam. Elastic, they've got a good idea as well. I would like to see what they can pull off in the future. Elastic has certainly been doing pretty good. I'm bigger on Sonam personally. I think it's got more potential to rise and to grow. So, you know, something to think about, guys. Something to think about. But anyway, one thing I did want to mention here with this is actually to get you guys thinking a little bit that, you know, how are you diversifying the risk in your portfolio? You see here, I'm not massively risk averse. Or sorry, I'm not a big risk taker in my my portfolio. I invest in a lot of the top coins, right? What do we got here? We got Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Dash, Neo, Iota, NEM, OMG, Qtum, Lisk, Stratus, right? Some of my riskier things are like obviously the Bankera ICO. Who knows where that will go? Rise is definitely down on the riskier end of things. Sonam as well is probably one of the higher risk investments that I have. And as bullish as I am on NAV, nevertheless, it is, you know, a medium risk, we could say, cryptocurrency. So I could probably get a little more diversification out on the bottom end of my portfolio. But, you know, I like to go with the sort of the safer ones overall. Sonam, something about their ICO and how they have full control of the tokens instead of held in trust by intermediary. Interesting. I haven't looked into that enough, Justin. I'll have to do a little bit of research about that. How about Civic? That's a good question, Newton F81. There are a couple of things that I've got such insignificant amounts of. I haven't even you know, listed them. Like I have a few pay tokens and a few Civic, for example. Just kind of, you know, bought them on weekly buys. I would like to have a significant amount of 10x. I think that is one of the projects that, you know, potentially I missed out on, but, you know, you can't buy them all the time. 10x was down to like $2 the other day. Would have been an absolute great buy. Civic is still a very good buy at the price that it's at. Oh man, Walton's back up. Civic's still a really great buy at 40 cents as well. So Civic's absolutely great long term. What was it what we were just talking about there? That's right, 10x. 10x is absolutely great long term. So those are ones you guys can keep your eyes on. Like I said, I wish I had a few more things in my portfolio, and I will look at adding to that portfolio as time goes by, right? So it's definitely things that I want to add more of. For example, I want to add more Ethereum. I want to add more NAV, right? Moving forward. You planning on getting any EOS? El Champo LFC asks. Ayman Esmail, finally catch you, Lark. Hi from Egypt. Assalamu alaikum, brother. Hey, Lark, are you laundering money for your Russian dad? We don't talk about that, конечно, Vasya. No, конечно. Sadilyu. But are you planning on getting any EOS? Well, I think I will get some EOS, but I'm going to wait for the price to go down, honestly. I think we can, again, we haven't even, we're just over slightly a third of the EOS out on the market. We still have another 620 million EOS tokens to be released over the next 9 months. If I pick up EOS, which I think I probably will, I'm looking to get it for like, I don't know, under 50 cents. Maybe I'll, you know, change that number in 3 or 4 or 5 months, but Ramin, speak more Russian. My partner's Russian, actually, so we speak Russian frequently enough, that's for sure. Hey, Crypto Lark, any chance you can make a video on how to benefit from the upcoming Bitcoin fork? Like where to store Trezor Ledger, and also is there a legacy option on Trezor? So, Eduardo Torres, that is a great question. I am going to be doing a video next week on that whole situation where we're talking about SegWit, SegWit 2x, Bitcoin Cash, all this stuff, and trying to really break down what's going on with the forks, and that is something I will make sure to mention in the video. Where to store. So we'll talk about that in the video as well. You don't even mention Ripple, lol. No, I don't mention Ripple, Mateus. I talk about it in my news videos sometimes, but, you know, it's an ideological thing for me, you know. Count it as a point against me if you want, but, you know, I like a lot of the other coins simply for the fact that Ripple, you know, they have conferences and they invite people like Ben Bernanke and other big central bankers. It's just not my thing. It's just not my thing, man. You know, so realistically, Mateus, that's why I don't talk about Ripple a lot. You know, if I were to talk about it, it's just from an investment perspective. I think long term, yeah, it's got a lot of investment potential. Once banks start picking it up, that might be very long term, because we all know banks don't operate in the fastest manner, nor do central reserves. But I don't like Ripple from an ideological standpoint. So that's, you know, there's so many other great coins to invest in. Why invest in the coins that are directly run? Well, not directly run, but have this direct involvement from, you know, central banks and other big bank projects. So that's my thoughts on Ripple. I'll just buy more Ethereum and Dash instead of Ripple. Yes, Justin Kate. Agreed. Agreed. Newton F81. Lark, what is your strategy about similar? Can you be a bit more specific, Newton F81? How do you feel about the Arc project? Arc's great. Arc's great. I love Arc. Love Arc. I think it's got a lot of long-term potential. So, Matt Jubert, that's a good point. I like that. Quantum looks good if you look at the chart. Neo competitor, absolutely, absolutely. And look, Quantum's been at a really great buy price recently, guys. Yeah, I think it's currently at about 50% of its all-time highs. So right back up here, we had it 426,000 Satoshis, and now we are all the way down here at 221,000 Satoshis. So look, Quantum's got a lot of room to grow. A lot of room to grow, guys. So Qtum, huge domestically long-term competition is a few years off. This could be a good win. Thanks for your comments. Need a good pointer to buy before the conference, could be a good win. Well, Mateus, if you're looking at just making a quick buck off of Ripple, you know, yeah, they do have that conference coming up, and that might see a spike. It might see a spike in the value. Hard to say. Hard to say. Do you know anything about Decred? Yeah, Decred's great. Decred's great. It's got you know, good long-term potential. Go mine some Decred. That would be the ticket there. Any of these tickets that you can get in and mine them if you can. Mine them if you can. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit more about you know, spreading that risk around your portfolio, guys. Now look, there's a few different strategies you can look at here. One, you know, you can go that safe route. You can look at the top 20, top 25, maybe even top 30 coins, for example. And most of these you can make are pretty safe investments. Some things do pop in, like, you know, Kyber Network's very new to the show. I mean, it will be a very strong competitor long term. Hard to say. I haven't done enough research on it yet. H share has been going down steadily since it listed at number 10. You know, will it be a long-termer? Hard to say again. You know, so before you go and do a buy the market, damn it, he's not answering the EMC2 question. What do you think about EMC2? Let's have a look. I will have a look at that for you guys real quick. Einsteinium, I have no idea. I have no idea. I know it exists. I've looked at the website like 1 or 2 times, so hard to say, guys. Don't know enough about it to give you a good judgment on it. But, you know, in the context of this kind of conversation that we're having here, you got to look at, you know, do you want to include some of those high-risk coins like Einsteinium, for example, in your portfolio? You know, I tend to go for, you guys saw my portfolio, it's about 75% low-risk coins. You know, a few medium-risk coins and a couple of the higher-risk coins. You know, and I might invest in another couple high-risk projects if I really like them in the future, for example. And of course, throwing money at any ICO, no matter how good you think it is high risk as well. So that's always something to think of as well. For example, I might get totally washed on that Bankera ICO. And again, it wasn't my favorite ICO by any means. I did like it. I liked Bankera. I thought they have a good project. But I really just wanted to, you know, invest in the NEM ecosystem, so to speak, in that way. Bought 100 Kyber with some Walton coin profits last night. Couldn't resist the dip. Ah, yes. Can't resist the dip. You go to the party, you got the nachos there, the dip's there, like, oh, gotta get in the dip. Gotta get in the dip. It's the good stuff, isn't it? What are the high-risk coins in your list? G-Damped. For example, Sonam is one of the high-risk coins. Bankera is a high-risk coin in my list. So, trading is fun. Like that. Just start researching. There you go. Is it worth buying salt at Ether Delta? Couldn't give you a good answer on that. I know what salt is. I know what they do, but don't know. Don't know. Sorry about that one. What is your strategy about similar coins? Do you research and pick one or pick all? Okay, right. I got you, Newton FA1. That's a really good question, actually. That is a really good question. So the question is this. What do you do about similar coins? For example, I'm invested in Golem and Sonam. They're both supercomputer projects, right? And I don't invest in all of them. I'm not invested in Elastic, for example. I looked into Elastic. Look, Elastic's got some potential, but I didn't like it as much. I really like Golem. I think it's solid. I think they've got a really great, team and are really pushing it forward really well, and it's got great long-term potential. Then I saw Sonam, and I thought, well, they seem to have a pretty good team and all that stuff together as well. It's much higher risk, though, because they haven't, really proven themselves yet in the market. But I'm going to throw, a couple $100 over there, and that's kind of high risk in that sense. But if we talk about coins, for example, like Lisk and Stratus, for example, Rise, all these guys, similar ideas, and I kind of invest in all the big ones. But again, they're mostly at the top, so it kind of fits into that low risk portfolio idea. So in that way, Sia Coin and Storage and Filecoin, I have not looked into any of those enough to be able to comment in depth, but just on a cursory level, what we could think about is they're all pretty similar projects, right? And there is space for multiple competitors in the in the crypto space, so there's nothing wrong with investing a bit in the competition as well. Especially if you look and you see, okay, like with Golem and Sonam, for example, Golem's seen a lot of its value already come through, whereas Sonam's pretty undervalued. So you have that kind of more profit potential in the, long term. You can buy it for much cheaper than you can buy your Golem at for the moment, for example. So my Salt account just got activated yesterday. Nice. What do you think about the LA token ICO? Do you know it? I've had a little look at the LA token ICO. I've been approached by a few people to review it, but I haven't really had a chance to look into it, to be honest. So Mishu Wang, will Bitcoin pull back before up more? Want to get some benefit before up again. Bitcoin. Mishu Wang, well, the question, will Bitcoin pull back before it goes up even more? Look, we're going to see some little back and forths, but I think we're going to see more of a run-up in the short term on Bitcoin. Maybe we'll even get up to the 6 mark before it goes back down a little bit. Because, again, we have SegWit 2x coming up. That's going to cause some drama. So, Bitcoin. We might see some drama around that. We might see some price drops as a result of that. So if you are looking for that dip, it could be coming. But I think we're going to see a lot more growth before we see a big retraction anyway. And that's, I assume, what you're asking about is a big retraction. Technically, there's a 0.13% dip right now. Buy, get in and buy. But obviously, you want to see those big dips. Is it going to go back down to 3,000 in the next month? I mean, if I knew a definitive answer to that, I'd be a billionaire, right? But the potential for a decent dip in the run-up to those events is fairly serious. But you'll probably see more of a buy and then a dip right before it happens, much like we did with what happened back in August. We saw a massive run-up and a big sell-off. So keep an eye on that. What do you think of Gay Money? Look, I love Gay Money. Gay Money's got a place. It can be here just like everyone else. That's fine. I respect, the right to do whatever they want to do. That's rock and roll, man. Rock and roll. No, we're being funny, serious. I haven't looked at him. Is there really such a thing? Any opinion on Verge? Roland Kira. I do have an opinion on Verge. Verge has got great community support. It's a good privacy coin. Long term, you know, there's so much space in there for these to move forward. So Nav, curious on the transfer speed. Donated several. Let's have a click and see if it's arrived yet. That'd be fun. I probably my server is pretty up to speed, so we'll see. We'll see. Now Nav, they say about 5 minutes for a transaction to go through. So let's see. Someone's just sent me some Nav. Let's see, Justin Kate, how long it takes to come through. Favorite analyst thinks that Bitcoin will fall down to 2,900 again, and after that it'll go crazy high. Very well, mate. Their website title, Gay Money, LGBTQ Revolution 2.0. There you go. What are you going to do? That's great. That's great. What about the recent price drop of NEO? Shakedown 46, what's up, man? What about the recent price drop on NEO? Well, the recent price drop on NEO, we all know why that happened. We all know why NEO went down. NEO went down because of all this China FUD, right? But NEO's strongly back up at number 9. So that is no problem at all. NEO is doing just fine, and I think will continue its march forward. Now there'll be some more dip potentials to get NEO at a little bit cheaper than $30, but you know, if we're gonna go back down to that $17 NEO, for example, you know, that's gonna be a tough one. That's gonna be a tough one. All right, let's see if this nav has come through. We're still loading the block index. Still loading the block index. Robin lies for what crypto is your favorite? Ideology-wise, what crypto is my favorite? Oh, that's a tough one to ask. That's a tough one to ask. Have you looked into Arabian chain Dubai coin? I have not, Bogdan. I have not. Have you heard of Vibecoin? I haven't. Well, I've heard the name. I've heard the name. I would buy NEO at 17 bucks. Yeah, that's a pretty damn good price to buy NEO at these days. And it was down there just a few days ago, guys. It was down there just a few days ago. So if you didn't pick up any, that's it. That's it. It might be gone. It might be gone. Hi, Lark. Could you please do a video on how to transfer crypto to a hard wallet like Nano Ledger? That's a good video request. That is a good video request, Seng Chan Hoon. I will definitely get to that one of these days. I've got it down here actually to do a Ledger tutorial, so I've underlined it. We'll get to it one of these days for sure. Thank you very much for the donation, by the way. Hard to see NEO under $20 without Bitcoin under 2,000, says Justin Kate. Very possible. Very possible. I think NEO's got a big, bright future ahead of it. So let's just, we'll keep an eye on it. What about Genosis? I don't know enough about Genosis to give you a good rundown on it. MJS 1374 able. Sold it for EMC today. Now waiting for a price drop. Here we go. My nav is 7 hours behind, so we'll see if that comes through or not. Simon, there you go. Look, guys, it's interesting for me. So many questions about so many coins, and look, let's take. Is that even listed yet? Let's have a look at this here. Here you go. Look at this. Fuck token all the way down here at $389 million. $2,000 volume. Is that real? Is that a real number? Am I actually seeing that? Look, there is a lot of stuff in this marketplace, guys. And if you want to go super high risk, well, hey, go put a few grand down in the post 300 list, and maybe you'll get some great returns. You'll probably lose most of it though. There is a lot of space in the market for some really, really great coins to come up from that low level. But I think a lot of the coins that are down there near the bottom don't have much of a future at all. If we look just for curiosity purposes, what are we up to now? 1,130 coins listed on CoinMarketCap. So many of them I have only heard the name. When some of you guys ask me, hey Lark, let's look at this coin and see what you think about it. Generally, I stick within the top 100. Sometimes I'll go a bit down between the 100 and the 200 because there's some potential there. There's some potential there. Coins like Decent, coins like Sonum, for example, they've got a bit of that potential, right? But some of these coins, they have no purpose. They have ideas that don't need blockchain, that don't need the technology. So there you go. There you go. You got to watch out for some of these coins, guys. Some of this stuff is just total junk and won't do much more than that. Matthew Ferrari. Nam! Nam! Lol, you're still live. I was with customers. Hourglass, welcome back, man. Justin Kate, buy Doge. Never F token. Any thoughts on Ubik? I've been mining it for the last 3 months. You know, I've been meaning to do a review on that. Yeah! Boom. I'll close that up. Justin Kate. Oh, I think we're locked up here for a minute. Shut that nav core down. It's killing my video. It's killing my video. There we go. We're back. Justin Kate. The nav has come through. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It took me longer to load my wallet up than to to get the nav over, I think. But in that 5-minute period, it has definitely come. So that's all right. That is all right. Raphael, what do you think about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and NEM? Well, welcome to the stream, Raphael. We talked about portfolios a bit earlier. Those are all coins that I'm big on. I wish I had more Ethereum than I do have, but you know, nevertheless, I like all those coins. Those are all super solid coins, and you should definitely have, you know, these top 10 coins are all super solid things to have in your portfolio. You know, I would invest in any of these without any kind of hesitation. Long term, they have great prospects. Watch and buy in the dips if you can. Don't buy in the dips if you're super long term and kind of don't really care. You know, I've kind of got, I go out and I buy and I'll put like $100 in, for example, and I say, okay, I'm just gonna buy this, this, and this, and you know, I'm not so worried about, oh, it's, you know, up 5% today, so. Let me see here. Ubik will be the Ethereum Classic killer. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if something killed Ethereum Classic. Do you have a Steem channel for videos? Justin K. I do have. I've got a DTube channel, so it's at Lark Songbird. I post my videos up over there as well all the time. So, Justin K. You might have missed it at the start of the video. I am going to be doing a review on Steem it pretty soon, so keep an eye out for that. That's coming. That's coming. Timothy Ortiz, hey Lark, let's talk about a strategy for those of us with Ethereum mining on Genesis with the proof of stake coming. I don't know what to do about that, man. Those Ethereum contracts on Genesis mining have just gone totally to hell. Totally to hell, you know, there's the difficulty bomb well underway, you know, so. Oh, Justin K, I closed the wall back down. I better open that back up if you're going to be trying that again. Groostelcoin. What? Simon, thank you very much, Simon H. Thank you very much. Oh my gosh. I tried to upload a video on Steem, but could not find it. Interesting. If you want to upload a video on Steem, go to DTube. They make it much easier to upload your videos there, and they go onto the blockchain, onto the Steem blockchain. So you can keep an eye out for that. Yes, I know. Let's brainstorm. Timothy Ortiz, that's a good question. I'm going to have to look into that a bit more. I mean, I don't know what the strategy is. I think, you know, those Genesis mining contracts, we're just going to get basically washed on them completely for the Ethereum. What are you going to do with that? Have you checked out Dragon Chain? I have not. What is some of this stuff, guys? That is great. Olman Arietta, Lark, I put a sign that people can pay me in crypto in my embroidery business. And people look at me as if I'm talking about UFOs. Oh my God, of course they do. Of course they do. You know, they're not ready for it yet, some people, you know, and some people haven't even heard about it. But you got to remember, for every 99 people that come in and go, what is this? One person's coming, oh, you accept Bitcoin or you take NAV? Wow, that's great. I'm going to pay you in that. That's awesome. That's awesome. So All right, we got the Nav wallet back up and running there. What do you think on Mysterium, Verge, and Sia for long term? Mysterium's a great project. They're all great projects. Sia's been doing surprisingly well, actually. It's stayed very well. Actually, you know, as a long-term competitor, I've been surprised with Sia. Will Filecoin, for example, come in and, you know, replace Sia, or will there be room for both of them? That's an interesting question. That's an interesting question as well. Dragon Coin is supposed to be associated with Disney. Peter Mobius, any thoughts on Komodo? Komodo is a really interesting project, Peter, and I've been really meaning to review it, but they've got their website currently, like, you know, in renovations, so I gotta wait. I gotta wait until I do that, because I want you guys to, when I do the review, to be able to go over to the website and look at stuff yourself and think about it yourself and do all that. And so I will have a review of Komodo coming up basically as soon as they get their stuff together. So have hope about people's ignorance, says Justin Kate. That's when it's good to invest. When they know about it, time to find something else to invest into. That's true. That's true. Have you looked up Mothership? It's a very interesting project. Estonia is looking at the project. Interesting potential. I have not looked up Mothership. We're going to throw that one on the list, though, because why not? But holy cow. Holy cow. I hope you guys get an idea of what's going on with the space. How many coins have you guys asked me about today? Dragon Coin and Mothership and Vibe and F token. Holy cow. Holy cow. There are going to be so many losers in the market. There really, really, really are. There really, really, really are. And that is something you guys got to keep in mind, is that in the long term, a lot of these coins are not going to survive. They don't bring enough new to the market. They don't do enough. So you got to keep that in mind before you run off and invest in some of these things. You know, invest only in something if you really like the technology, you really think it's a great project, you think the team's great. And I know we talk about this all the time in my coin review videos, guys. That's why we talk about it. Buy Pink Coin. It's at 2 cents, and next year it will be at $2. I've got Pink Coin on the list. We're going to talk about that one of these days. It's a NAB send 401.55. All right, we're watching for it. We're watching for it. Oh, has it just come through? I think we've got that NAB already. Let's see, some more details on the date here. It is still processing, but it showed up in my wallet already. So that was pretty quick. That was pretty quick. Thank you very much as well for the NAB. That's awesome. That is awesome. That is awesome. Vegan cheese coin. I wish that was a thing. That would be a no-brainer to invest in. Yeah. Vegan business. It's a whole other story for a whole other day, guys. What are you going to do? I bought 10,000 Pink Coin for my wife. Aw, that's nice, Justin. That's nice. Pink Coin is a great way to lose money. Danny the Food Guru. Well, we're going to investigate that one of these days. It's on the list, guys, so we'll talk about it. We talk about the good ones. We talk about the bad ones. We talk about the ones we think are bad but might be good. We talk about the ones that we think are good but probably are going to be bad. We talk about them all. We talk about them all, guys. You know, there is potential down the list for sure, but, you know, it's like I was saying earlier with my portfolio, guys. I am not massively into risk in the crypto market. I've got a little bit in my portfolio, right? About 10-15% of my portfolio is made up of you know, riskier things. Most of it's, you know, low risk to medium risk. That's just me. You guys do what you want with your coins, of course. Anyway, guys, I bought 10,000 game money for my friend. Oh my god. Oh my god. Pink Coin is only a charity-based blockchain. And great coin market cap circulating supply. We're going to talk about these days, guys. Anyway. Thank you so much, everyone, for turning up for the live stream today. It's been a lot of fun, as always. It's so great getting these questions. So great getting these new ideas from you guys. Next week, we can watch out for some Steem It videos where we're talking in depth about Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash, what's going on with the fork coming up, and we're going to be doing some special reviews on Russian-based ICOs and some Russian-based projects next week, because I think Russia needs to get a little bit of you know, recognition for all the work they're doing in the space, because they are doing some work in the space, guys. So we'll be keeping an eye out for that. Anyway, thanks so much for joining the stream today, everybody. I really, really appreciate it. Long live the blockchain. And peace out till next time.